Hey guys, it's Tamara Bennett from Southern Adornments Decor. I'm here with a couple of my friends from Painters Clubhouse, and we are over in Zoom. So I'm going to be sharing my screen so that you can see what is going on in Zoom. And I've never done it this way before. So I'm hoping and praying that you guys will be able to not only see them, but also hear them. So let's see if this works. If it doesn't, we may have to try a different way. Okay, here comes Maria. Okay. Awesome. Y'all say hi. Okay, I'm gonna go over and see what people are saying, see if they can hear us okay. Because I've never done it this way. So we'll see. Okay, where's the stream at? Okay, where is it? Maybe this is it. Make sure my volume's turned down here. Okay, can you guys hear us? Okay, they can see everybody, but hang on, I'm on there twice. So okay. Plan B, okay? We've got a plan B. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to invite each of you into StreamYard. Stop sharing the screen. No, it's just like this. It's just like the normal way, except I'm sending you a different link. So yeah, you guys can leave the Zoom and come join me on StreamYard. Okay. Sorry, guys. We tried something new tonight, so give us just a second. Hopefully we can get everybody in here through StreamYard. I thought Zoom might be a little more stable, but it might not be. So I'm sending everybody a link so they can come join me over on StreamYard instead of Zoom. And we'll see if they pop in here in just a minute. Okay, you can hear me? Okay, good. Y'all, sometimes I try new things and it doesn't work out, but you know what? It's all okay. I learn something every single time. So these are some of my Painters Clubhouse gals who have been with me for a while, and they are now part of the Paint to Profit membership, which is as an extension of the Painters Clubhouse. And so if you have been interested in learning anything about door hangers, door hanger business, Painters Clubhouse, and then Paint to Profit is going to be exactly your jam. Okay, here comes Candace. Awesome. Hey. Hopefully we can get all four of us on here. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. Belinda says I can hear you fine on YouTube. Awesome. Okay, we'll see if the other ladies hop on. Candace, go ahead and introduce yourself since you're already on here.
Okay. My name's Candace Tiller. I am from Elberton, Georgia, and that's about 45 minutes from UGA. I own Perfectly Yours, Paint Parties, Vinyl, and more. And I've been in Clubhouse since the beginning. So what? 2 years?
Three. It's coming up on 3 in August. In April, it'll be 3 years.
Yeah, because in September, I did my first paint party. And so yeah, I'm over 100 paint parties now.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're one of the only people I know of who have counted and kept track. And I'm like, that kills me because I wished I had done that because it's such an accomplishment to be like 100.
Yeah, I think my birthday, December the 30th, I think was our 100th party because we had a cake for my birthday and my the 100th party. So so yeah, but I'm a numbers person, so I just count.
Yeah. I never kept count of anything. There was somebody in the Painters Clubhouse the other day who was talking about keeping count of how many orders and door hangers they've painted. I thought, man, I would not have been able to keep track of that for sure because it would be well into the hundreds, if not thousands at this point.
Right.
Some are still saying they're having trouble hearing, but I think it must be their individual devices because other people can hear. So maybe close your Facebook app and then open it back up. Some are saying that Candace is a little hard to hear. Can you maybe get a little, I don't know. Or maybe if you've got earbuds that with a microphone on them. I've got my earpods in right now.
I don't know. I'm going to try and turn my thing up.
Okay. Some of them are saying they can hear me fine.
Can y'all hear me?
Oh, Maria says she wasn't able to get in with the StreamYard link. That's so weird.
You have to open it with your, not through Facebook. You have to open it through your Safari or your Chrome. You have to copy it and do that. That's what it told me.
I'm going to tell Maria that and see if maybe she'll have, and I'm going to have to tell Debbie too because she's not on here yet either. So she may be having the same problem. Hopefully I sent it to the right Debbie Chamberlain because there's more than one Debbie Chamberlain. That doesn't look like her. So I may have sent it to the wrong one. I may need to recall that message. Oh, me, y'all.
Whoops.
Okay. I'm going to unsend it. This way this lady doesn't think I'm crazy. Sending her a link to join me on live. I'm going to have to go find her in the Painters Clubhouse just to make sure I get the right one.
Right.
Okay, here's Painters Clubhouse. Do any of you guys have questions for Candace? Candace, did you tell them your business name?
Perfectly Yours, paint parties, vinyl, and more.
Okay, awesome. Here comes Maria.
Do you guys have questions for Candace? Candace, did you tell them?
I'm hearing my voice coming back at you, so Maria, you may have to turn it off.
I can hear Tamara.
Okay, I'm turning it off.
Okay, I found the right Debbie now. Let me send her a message. Oh, me. Okay, goodness gracious. All the technical issues. Okay, so we're back. Okay, Maria, now that everybody can hear you, go ahead and reintroduce yourself.
Okay, hi, I'm Maria Martinez, and I have been in the Painters Clubhouse since September or August, and I have a business called Little Maria's Crafts, and I live in Pleasanton, Texas, and I don't know what else to say.
And you've been in the Painters Clubhouse since, like, what, August?
Since August, I think, or probably the end of August.
Yep. I actually interviewed Maria yesterday on Facebook Live, so we talked all about that yesterday. But I just thought we'd hop on here tonight and just chit chat. And some of you guys may be painting while we talk. That's totally fine. And the people who are watching, you guys feel free to ask questions. Okay, here's a good question. Kelly Armstrong said, has COVID affected your paint parties? So who wants to take that one first? Candace?
I'll take that. Okay, so yes, COVID did affect me last year, like right when it broke out. I had to cancel 11 paint parties that I had set up at this artisan market that we have in town that I put a bunch of my stuff but that venue is really where it's just a free place that I can they have tables for where they eat and everything, and they have like, I mean, it's just a warehouse. It's like an old tire and oil shop, but they transformed it into like an artisan market. So everybody like has a booth, and it's so cool. But I can do my parties like on Saturday or on Thursday night or what, just any time. And I had to cancel 11 parties, and I was so bummed. But come. Summer was kind of slow. I think I'd done a few parties. I have a paint studio, just a craft like room in my house, that I held some of my own parties, and then just, you know, if you want to wear a mask, wear a mask. If you don't, it's no big deal. So I didn't hold like I did last year as many parties, but towards Thanksgiving, I started with the Christmas trees, and it exploded. I did 10 or
Ceramic
12
Christmas trees.
Christmas trees. Yeah, Christmas tree parties, and the tree trucks was big, and the Christmas trees were big. And now I'm in with a country club, and they get me about every Wednesday. So we're done with the not busy. So I stay
Yeah.
busy now.
That's awesome.
I started my business right after I joined Painters Clubhouse, so I'm pretty new to this and kind of in the middle of pandemic. So really, I've been kind of throwing it out there for paint parties and stuff, and nobody's really wanted to book any yet. So I'm assuming that, you know, as the year goes by, then people are going to start getting a little bit more comfortable. You know, our numbers weren't so high here in Texas at the time, and but people were just really scared. And now our numbers were a lot higher, and so it definitely has affected because nobody's really like wanting to gather and stuff like that still.
Right.
So we are. I mean, I'm hopeful that, you know, come summer, you know, I'll start having more paint parties and things like that. I've had some with family and, you know, stuff like that, but not, you know, anything outside of that. So
Maria,
yes,
to add to that, I was just going to tell you, if nobody's booking them, book your own. People don't want to hold it because my house is too messy, or they don't know where I live, or I live too far in the country. So do I. I live at the end of a dirt road, and and I have people coming to my house all the time. My road won't even pop up on their GPS. I have to literally write the directions out on Facebook to tell them how to get here. It's crazy. But they'll show up, or like I said, the artisan market in town. It's right in the middle of town, so most people know where that is. Hold your own, and then people's going to be like, "Man, my family will like to come to that," or something like that. And then you have like a family Christmas ceramic Christmas tree party, or door hanger paint party for Thanksgiving or something like that. And then it'll just go from that. But I hold right now, if I don't get people that that want me to do a party for them, they'll come to my parties. So I just hold on.
So you just say we're painting this, and then they just show up.
Oh yeah.
Great tip, Candace. I hadn't even thought about that. The fact that people are afraid to host one, but they ain't afraid to go to one because they're ready to get out of the house.
Yep.
Okay, we've had Debbie hop on here and join us.
Oh yeah, anytime.
Since we finally figured out which Debbie on Facebook to invite. Debbie, I invited the wrong Debbie.
Oh my goodness.
There's more than one Debbie Chamberlain, so I had to unsend the message. And then I had to go to the Painters Clubhouse. I was like, wait a minute, that's not her. I recognized like the profile picture was not you. So then I went to the Painters Clubhouse and found you that way. So I'm glad you finally made it on here. So go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Debbie Chamberlain, and my business is AHA Creative Art Studio. When the pandemic hit, I worked at a school as a teacher's aide, and they sent us home. And we didn't get to do anything. Now, thankfully, they did pay us because we did different things at home for them. But I was totally bored. and I happened on somebody painting, and I got into canvas. But canvases wasn't my thing. I just didn't really like it. And then I met senior advertisements for the Winter Challenge and fell in love with door hangers. Um, I have virtual parties through StreamYard. I've had up to 8 people join, and it's been real fun. The only thing they don't like is the interaction of talking to each other, because they have to type everything out. And I don't have enough tablets and different things to have like a Skype going and that too. So that's one thing they don't like. But if it wasn't for the painting that I have, I'm in a different job right now. But I just can't stop painting. I love to share the tips and stuff that I've learned along the way. And I just have a blast with it.
Oh, yeah.
Do you find that it makes you feel like, what do you feel like you get from it? Do you feel like accomplished, or like, how would you describe the feeling?
I live alone. So for me, the interaction between people, I feel like I need that friendship there to be able to just even chat, and then they'll call me and let me know how the party went and what they think that I should do different, and I like the critique that they give me. And it's the accomplishment of even learning how to paint, because I didn't even know I could paint until March of this year or last year. So it's like, are you crazy? That's why my name is AHA Creative Art Studio, because it's AHA, I can paint, is my tagline. Not because I didn't think I could do this.
That's kind of how I found out that I could paint. I didn't know I could paint. I mean, I had never picked up a paintbrush in my whole life. I mean, like a stencil here and there of whatever, but I had never like created anything on my own. And I just all of a sudden, one day said, I want to make something cute for my door. Like, and you start seeing on Pinterest, like all these cute things and whatever. And I was like, it was like springtime. And I said, I want something really cute for my door. So I started looking up stuff, and then I went to Walmart and I bought me one of those pre-cut. It was a Texas sign.
Mm-hmm.
And, our Walmart here in Texas, Texas is very big around here. Like, we are very patriotic with Texas. So you find Texas stuff everywhere. So I found me a pre-cut Texas from from Walmart, and I started painting on that, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I love this, like I want to do this some more. So it was kind of like, dang, like I didn't know that this was so interesting. Like, so I just started watching, and I'm like, I want to do this. Like, I went and bought me paint, and I just like, I want to do this. This is fun. And it was just like, whoa, like who knew?
Yeah.
So,
Well, I got to thinking about it. Candace and I have known each other for more than 3 years now. And when I see her, it's like an old friend. I mean, me and her we've met in person several times. We talk online probably at least once a month, if not more. And so finding people like that online who understand what you do, who love the same kind of craft that you do, is a unique relationship. Because if you think about it, Candace, you probably don't know hardly anybody in your town or in your community who really get what you do, who really understand it, who can connect with you on that same level. You guys are probably the same way, Debbie and Maria. I mean, you don't, not everybody knows what a door hanger is, first of all, and not everybody really understands what paint parties, like how paint parties work and all of that. So finding other women online who understand the struggles that we go through at paint parties. We made that funny little video a couple months ago while we were in Destin, Florida, making fun of all the different kinds of people that come to a paint party. We laughed our butts off making that video because it was to that group of women, it was so relatable. We all understood those customers.
So funny.
It was funny. I loved it.
To add to that, I think I told you a long time ago that there was this girl in my town that kind of done the same thing as me,
Mhm.
but now she's stopped and she's evolved into making like wood signs rather than door hangers or ceramics or anything like that. And her glow forge messed up the other day, and she called me because she had an order, and she was like, do you think you could cut this out? Well, I still have my glow forge, and then I have my big rabbit laser now too. So I was like, I said, I don't mind. I was like, I would hope that you would do the same for me. I said, it's community over competition. And, that's our little motto thing for
Yeah.
the Painters Clubhouse. So she was like, wow. She was like, I really didn't expect that to come out of you, because I guess she's always seen me as competition. And literally, like, she come and we sat in my barn in like 20-degree weather and froze together, and and we had the best conversation. I'm in my paint studio now, and you guys can't see it, but it is a big mess. And I told her, I was like, whenever I get my paint studio cleaned up, I was like, you bring your stuff over here and I'll work on that table, you work on this table. And because she's not a mom yet, but she is married and she stays home. So like, it's like when you find somebody like that, it's like when I found you, I was like, that girl, like, I know her. Like, I feel like we know each other, and of course we do now, and we're close and everything, but like, we truly fit. And Maria, do you have TikTok?
I do.
Yeah, I follow you. Whenever you said your name, I was like, oh, because I've recently found TikTok. So like,
She's starstruck by you now, Maria.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my God. That's my husband.
So I gotta get my TikTok back up going. We have really bad service out here, so I gotta like be able to load my videos and stuff.
Well, Candace,
Yeah,
I'm really glad to hear that you made good friends with that girl in your hometown, because I remember us talking about that a couple of months ago, and you were kind of worried to reach out to her.
Right,
but
she loves you because she loves the way you talk. She said, I don't even have to watch her. I just put her on my speakerphone just to listen to her talk.
That's hilarious. Okay, we have a couple questions in the comments. I don't want to, we could talk all day long, the four of us, so I don't want to ignore our audience who are watching.
Right.
Laura says, when you do paint parties, do you pick one or two to choose from? So let's kind of go around. We'll start with Debbie this time. And if you do paint, have you done paint parties yet, Debbie?
Yes, I have. Not just not virtual, but I only do one at a time. I don't, because I can only show one. It would be hard for me to do two virtually. I guess I could do it, but once I start showing my stuff, though, it's like I have at least 5 people who say they're going to do it. So I only do one.
Okay. Maria, what do you do?
My part, I picked one because I feel like I think everybody needs to kind of be on the same page, at least for the beginning, and that kind of makes it a little bit easier on me too, because well, I just feel like it would be kind of chaotic at first, to have 2 different kind of things going on, and everybody's kind of just everywhere, you know what I mean? And I kind of just choose one and let them go. Maybe later on I'll be a little more adventurous and be like, yeah, you can do 2, or we can do 2 of them. It's fine, or you guys can pick whatever you want. Like, I don't know, maybe later on, but not right now.
Yeah. Well, it's harder to go back. I will say that, because I started out letting people do multiple designs at one party. And by the time I'd been doing it for a while, I would do up to like 30 different designs at one party. And once you start doing that, you can't go back and be like, okay, one design from now on, guys. So it's probably better just to start.
Hair.
Yeah. Set the expectation now.
I'm opposite. I have done a 35-person party. It was a fundraiser, and I think I gave them 4 choices to choose from. And then I have done a Christmas one where I'm like, go to my Facebook, go through my laser cut designs, in my albums, I said you can pick whatever, and I've had people pick 30 different, you know what I mean? And
Mhm.
I don't care. I mean, my parties, and this is what I hear from everybody, is you are so laid back, like, because I don't stand over you and be like, paint that green, paint that orange. You paint it purple, rainbow, whatever you want, and I'm gonna come. And if you want help outlining it, or if you want on there, you know, the little streaks or highlights, whatever y'all want to call them, I'll be there to help you. But I'm not gonna stand over you, and I'm not gonna hold whatever up and be like, this is how you paint it. Like, that's just not the kind of thing. I'm just real laid back, and if you have questions, you can ask me, and if not, I'm gonna just walk around and just observe, and, you know, bring you a inspiration picture, pull it up on Pinterest, Etsy, whatever, and make it your own. So I like that, because but my country club ladies, they are so close knit. I have 7 about every Wednesday that like to paint, and like this past Wednesday, I got to paint with them because it's such a small group, and we all painted either the oh snap, leprechaun, I think, yeah, leprechaun with the gold and the shamrock, or the shamrock cat. So it was 2 different ones, because the one was more advanced than the other. So like, I give the ladies who was scared of all those lines and stuff the shamrock head, or the shamrock cat. So if like I see that it's too hard for Holly, or too hard for Margaret, or whatever, like, I'll just I'll get a little easier one and be like, this one's not so hard. And they'll be like, yeah, I want that one.
I think later on when I
do what?
I said, I think later on when I do get like a laser machine or something, then maybe I'll be able to do that, because right now I'm cutting all my own stuff. So if I have to cut 30 different shapes for one party, like, I'm gonna go crazy.
Girl, you know I have been there. I've been there. I have a we have a scroll saw, and every night it was so scary in my barn, but we would Tamara, do you remember me going live in my barn, and it was so scary out there?
I do.
But I would like come on to my live because it was so scary, but I'd be cutting and everything, and because my husband's a truck driver. So yeah, but we've moved now. We built our own house, and I have like a workshop out there. And I was able to get a big laser. So thankfully, but I can whip those things out quick now.
Yeah, that's what I use too, a scroll saw. So
yeah,
it's just baby steps.
Eventually, definitely, girl. You'll get there. You are doing awesome.
Thanks.
Oh wait, I already did that question. There was another one I was going to do. Somebody asked, how much do you guys charge at a paint party?
I started out charging $25 just because where we live, it's really small town and stuff, and I did $25. Well, now that I've grown, and this is my 3rd year doing it and everything, I charge $30 now, and people don't blink an eye. Really, I charge $40 because at the country club they feed us and we get a glass of wine. So and that extra $10 goes to them, and those ladies don't blink an eye at $40, and that's every week. Sometimes like last week I had a lot going on. So I took like a break, and they're like, I'm having withdrawals, I need to paint. And I'm like, sorry. But I charge $30. And then for my regular ones, I charge like if I create one for an order, I charge $35 to $40 depending on whatever. But if they paint it, it's $30 now.
Okay. What about you, Maria?
Well, it depends. 30, 35. It depends on the design, I think. And how many people are going as well. Because if it's like just gonna be like really simple something, and
yeah,
only
and it really matters whenever you're scroll cutting that stuff.
Yeah. So
some
it
of
just
those things
depends
are
on
so
what they're
hard.
choose and everything. So
Yeah.
30, 35. And then it depends also if I have to bring like ribbon and all kinds of extras and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So it's not gonna be like as costly for me, you know. If it's like gonna be something that I need to provide a whole lot of stuff, then of course it's gonna be a little more. But
Yeah.
Okay, what about you, Debbie?
It depends. Well, if they have their own supplies and their own stuff, I charge 15. If it's a wood piece, like the door hangers, I charge 35. And they don't bat an eye. I was surprised that they don't even bat an eye, because I live in a low income area too. I live in the boondocks of Ohio on a farm.
Yeah.
And the little town beside me and the other one on the other side of me, really, I didn't think they would go for it. But the women don't bat an eye because they want something to do. And they like getting together, even if it's virtually. They like getting together because I talk the whole time. I'm shy around some people, but when I'm teaching, I love teaching. I was a teacher, a preschool teacher for 15 years. So I love to talk when I'm comfortable with what I'm doing.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. So
well,
Well,
one of
if you
I have really bad anxiety. And like I'm on medicine for it and stuff like that. But painting is my jam. Like I don't bat an eye getting on here with however many people is on your Zoom or whatever right now on Facebook or whatever. I don't bat an eye at it because this is my jam. This is what I like to do. It's what I feel like that God made me to do, you know. So but I love this. And I definitely would not trade the friendships that I've made from the Southern Adornments Live and the just that is life changing. Staying in a hotel room with 2 other strangers for 4 days. So much fun. Oh my gosh.
it's like going back to being a teenager and having slumber parties.
Right. Yes.
Yep.
I wanted
Deborah. Deborah asked, she said, how long do you think it would take to where you can get to making a constant or a stable income doing paint parties and selling door hangers? I know that answer is probably different for everybody. I mean,
yeah, I was about to say it would probably, you'd have to write down your budget and see, like, you know, how many door hangers do I need to sell, or how many people do I need to get that to come to my party this week or next week, or, you know, or in a month. So that means, like, do I need to hold a party on Wednesday and Saturday, or do I need to do a party on Friday night and Saturday night and maybe Wednesday too? You know, you just got to really like balance out what your budget needs. And or if you have a laser or whatever, be like, how many door hangers do I need to cut this month to supplement my teaching job, or to supplement I personally am a homeschool teacher. I teach my son, my first grader, and then I do my business at home. So, and now I'm taking care of my mother-in-law who's struggling with her health too. So thankfully homeschool and my work at home business works for me. So and everything. So we are blessed that we can do that and everything. So that's what I do. I just month to month look at your budget and be like, how many, you know, $35 door hangers do I need to, how many $30 painters do I need to come to my paint parties, and so on.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. I was gonna say you have to see how much money you're needing to make every single week and go from there. You know, it's either selling door hangers, doing paint party, just coming up with different ways, and you need to see how much money you need to make every single week or every single month. You know, so for everyone it's going to be a different
Right.
amount. So I mean,
I ahead. Okay. I'm still working. I just started when I did the winter challenge, doing the door hangers. So I'm still doing both. But I don't work Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays in the evenings so that I can work on my business and get new designs and work on the designs that you show in the Painters Clubhouse. But I say my business coach and I are working on that within the year, I will be able to be full time.
Yay!
Mm-hmm.
Yay!
Well, I started my business, I think, in February, and it was slow going through February through June. But to me, that's just the slow time of year. Every year it was for me. And then end of July, it began to pick up. And by August, it was booming. The fall is the busiest time for sure.
For sure, because your
I was
Christmas
gonna say,
parties start.
Like for me, I was a full-time hairstylist before I started, having my business and everything. And with COVID being slow and everything, when was it? 2 days ago, I picked up all my things. So now I am doing this full time. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. It's probably not the right time, but honestly, I was spending more money paying for booth rent over there that I was really making that much money over there. So I feel like if I focus on one thing, and which is my business, that it has been going pretty well so far. I feel like it's gonna go a lot better for me in the long run. So my husband is 100% behind me, and he said, just go for it. Just go pick up all your things and focus on one thing. So I don't know where it's going to lead me. I don't know if it was the right choice for me. I feel like it was, because I am doing pretty well. So I can't tell you like it's going to take you 6 months or anything, but I did just start my business in September in the middle of a pandemic. So
that's awesome though.
It's doable. It's doable.
I think it's going to be amazing. Okay, we've got a question from Robin. She wants to know how each of you keep your templates organized. I know this is a hot topic that usually comes around in the Painters Clubhouse about every 3 months. So I don't know, do any of you guys have any tips you want to share?
I don't, because mine is all on my computer, but I have because of my laser. But whew, y'all, it was a hot mess whenever I was in my barn. I just had them thrown just up on the shelf, sawdust covered. Somebody in the Painters Clubhouse got all of my templates that I had cut out with scissors, and everything from block poster and stuff. I would cut it out on I would tape a scrapbook
Cardstock
together, like cardstock, and then do that so it wouldn't be so flimsy or whatever, so I'd have something to trace it around with. But somebody racked up with like 100 of my templates whenever I got my laser, so I didn't need it. And then my USB crashed and I lost all of my files.
Oh, so always keep a backup is the moral of the story there.
Right.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I keep my templates. Well, my templates are also they're on my computer, but the ones that are printed out, I usually use my Cricut to cut my templates out or to draw out my templates and cut them out. And I use 2 pieces of poster board, and I just tape them together on 3 sides, and so I make like a folder, like like a big folder, and so because they're together, and so that's where I just slide.
That's a good idea.
So they're flat, because the pieces of poster board that I do, I cut them out to be just a little bit bigger than like 25 inches or whatever. So it's easy to just slide them all in and just keep them all flat. Idea. Yeah, and then I can sort through them as well, like just flat. When I need to look through them. So that's how I keep them.
What do you do, Debbie?
I have a file system. I'm a teacher, and
Of course, you're organized.
of course, so I took two file cabinets out, and it's all just from my art. And then I put them month to month, and then in between the month, I put in the different holidays and the different things that I do specifically.
That's a good idea.
And I just started
wish I
doing
was
that.
that
Now, before I was like Candace that had everything everywhere, and that because it's a farmhouse, but there's no storage.
Right.
So I just didn't. So I had to figure out something to store them because I couldn't handle it with everything being everywhere. So
I used to
just
have
got
a hanging file system.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it was by alphabetical letters. So if it was a cat door hanger, it was in the C's, but then all the Christmas ones were probably also in the C's. So it did feel like it took an awful amount of time to sort through, find the one I needed, especially when I was doing those paint parties with 30 different designs. That was a pain in the butt. Follow-up question. Jerry was asking, Maria, do you cut more than one at a time when you cut yours out?
For my Cricut, is that what she's asking?
I'm not sure.
I mean, she's talking about your wood, but on the scroll saw you can only cut one. It's not like the jigsaw. Whenever you can whatever those clamps are called, you can only do one at a time on a scroll saw.
Yeah, because the blade is super thin, and there's no way you would snap those real quick. So yeah, no. On my Cricut, I can cut what I do usually on my templates is I cut out 2 of my shapes. So the first one I cut it out on a piece of paper, which that's the one that I get the Cricut to draw out my design, which is the whole SVG, the black line. Right. And then I make another one that's just the shape. And that one is usually made out of poster board or cardstock. And that's just because that's the one that I'm going to take outside and I'm going to trace it on my piece of wood. And that's the one that I'm going to be reusing every single time that I go out there and I cut. So it's easy for me to just trace it. But the other one is the one that I use to put down as my template. And I just get it to draw. I just draw it out on my Cricut. I don't know if you guys can actually see that, but. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it'll just draw it out for me, and that's what I put down on my piece of paper on my with my transfer paper and everything.
I have that design right over there cut out.
It's been a popular one. I did it live a couple of weeks ago, and everybody's been like, I want that one. I want that one.
Yeah,
so
I think that one I'm gonna do that one for my virtual paint party in the spring, maybe summer. I don't know. It'll be cool.
I just shared a link to a blog post about how to cut multiple door hangers at a time. So for those of you watching, that blog post shares how to cut up to 8 of the same shape at one time. It's going to save you so much time. So
I was never brave enough to do that.
Oh, Tamara, I was going to tell you, I think somewhere in the units or something, I know that I'm talking about how I do my templates on the Cricut machine. I don't know if anybody else has a Cricut machine, but I did share it there in the Painters Clubhouse. So it should be, I think, in one of, it used to be in units, but I'm not sure, how they changed the names or whatever, what it is now.
Yeah, guides.
But, I made an actual video of how I do that in case anybody's wondering.
And that's just one of the many awesome things you'll learn from other Painters Clubhouse members in the Clubhouse. Jean Williams says, I'm new to this. What is the Painters Clubhouse? So
the best clubhouse you ever been in.
I feel like I've been talking about it nonstop all week. So maybe you guys could share a little bit about what you feel like Painters Clubhouse is all about.
It's a group of ladies, maybe men. Is there men in here?
There's a few.
A few? Okay. Well, mostly ladies, some men, whatever. But everybody is friends. Like you feel like you know people because they're your same like mind. Even though some people do cups, some people do ceramics, some people do door hangers, some people do whatever. But you all have the same like mind and everything, and you come together and you share your ideas. Some people's good at Procreate and creates the template. Some people's good at, some people make their own ceramics, which that would be cool. Some people do paint parties, some people don't, some people do virtual, some people don't. And you can just like, if you got a question, Tamara don't even have time to answer it. Somebody else has done chimed in and they done answered your question for you. So, and then, like I said, I'm really close to a lot of people from Southern Adornments Live. Like, I don't think Roxana got a room or whatever, and all the rooms were booked. So we was like, come up to our room, you know. And so it's like we'd never met each other, and we met there, and like we're spending the night with each other and everything. So it was super cool. But yeah, you have all year to save up for that, and you definitely don't want to miss it. And then like all the winter challenges, the spring challenges, summer, whatever, those are always fun. Like you're creating the same thing, but nobody's looks alike, you know? So it's so much fun. Such an awesome group of friends that like you're gonna be friends forever, you know. Like it's truly changed my life. Like whenever I found Tamara, like I binge watched everything. My husband's like, you watching that girl again? I know. You watching that girl again? And I was like, yes. I said, I can do this. And my husband's, you know, I got my foot in everything. If you know me, I've done it all. From cake decorating, I'm a chef, I'm a orthodontic assistant, I'm a mom. I've done it all, but this is my jam. So
yeah, I agree. I just think it's a community. Like it's a community of people with like-minded ideas, and you know, everybody just kind of comes together and helps you whenever you need help, and just it's just a bunch of friends that you can just relate to, you know, because everybody's kind of on the same, you know, either you just paint because you love it, or you paint because you want this to be a business or something, but you're always going to have something in common with that next person, even if they're just a beginner painter or a advanced painter or even a business owner. Like, you know, there's always something that you're going to pick up from everyone. So it's just like a community of people with like-minded ideas. So that's what I feel like it is.
Totally agree. It's been a lifesaver for me. Like I said, I live by myself. So just to get into the community and see the different things and watch the different lives, see the different women who are doing their business or just loving to paint is something that I love right now, especially during COVID, because I can't go anywhere. I just, when you show your stuff and you think it's horrible, you get comments, you get tips and tricks from other women. If you ask a question, which is totally amazing. And there's never anyone mean in that. I mean, everybody is willing to help you, you know, if you don't like your, you know, well, what else could I do to make it look better? Or, you know, always, and I love commenting on the other people's, other girls' templates that they're using. It's just a fun way to get out there and still know that, you know, you're having fun.
Definitely.
So somebody commented and said, I'm not trying to be ugly, but I'm having a hard time justifying the cost. I don't think that's ugly at all. Some of us have a hard time wrapping our mind around spending money on something that doesn't feel like a necessity. It feels like it's spoiling yourself. It feels like it's spending money on yourself when we're, as moms and wives and, you know, women, we're so used to giving to others. And so it's hard to do something for ourselves. So what would you ladies like to say about that?
Okay.
Go ahead.
You go first. Sorry.
As a teacher, as an assistant teacher in the area that I live in, I made just barely minimum. And that because the teachers' aides didn't make as much as everybody else did. And we were a separate entity from the school. And I battled with that when I first heard about your the paint club. But the more I thought about, and the more you kept talking about the week that you were offering it to us, I wanted to grow my business, and I knew the only way to grow it, because I love the way you show your tips and tricks. I love the way you're just so laid back and easy to just understand what, you're not using these big terminology. And I wanted that. I wanted to be able to show my stuff, and it was well worth the money. And I sell enough to be able to pay for my subscription and also to have extra income. So it is well worth it.
Okay.
And if you find out that you don't like it, you can always cancel.
Oh yeah,
but
definitely.
I have never canceled since I started because I love it so much. Yeah.
But what I was going to say is, okay, go to Home Depot, and my wood costs, I like the birch plywood. It cost me $22.72. I think I can get 10, I think, and then there's like for little like attachments. So 10 door hangers. Let's say that you sell those door hangers for just the minimum $30 a piece. That's $300 that you're gonna make. Take your 20 off. Take you some paint or paintbrushes or whatever. You're still, I'm not sure what Painters Clubhouse. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I just said that. I don't even know how much it costs because I've been paying it for so long. I don't even. Oh
it's $47 a month now, Candace. But don't tell them what you're paying because you got in on the founding members price.
Yeah.
So she's getting a steal of a deal because she's been in since the beginning.
Like I said, it comes out automatically, and that is my Perfectly Yours, because that, guys, whenever you establish your business and do your tax, all your mess and stuff, I just was doing my taxes and stuff. This is a write-off because it's your learning tool. You're learning your and everything, so you get to write it off because it's what's the word?
Tax write-off.
A tax write-off, yeah, because you learn and you get your supplies from it. So all of your templates that your templates that you buy to cut, your paint, your paintbrushes, your plates, your napkins, your paper towels, everything, you save those receipts and you write that stuff off. So heck yeah, y'all. It's definitely worth it. And even if you just buy one sheet and cut 10 designs out of it, you made $300. Let's just say $100 in, probably not even that, because you can paint, 3 door hangers with, whatever colors, that you have or whatever. And of course, you're going to reuse your paintbrushes. The cups, I've been using these cups. Lord have mercy. I don't even want to say how long. Everybody's like, are we just throwing these cups away? I'm like, absolutely not. Go dump the water out and give me that thing back.
Well,
definitely worth the money. So yeah.
I just saw we have a couple of new Painters Clubhouse sisters. Y'all can say hello to Pamela Milligan and Barbara Williams. Welcome. And then Julie Koch said, I'm new to Painters Clubhouse, but I can already attest to the fact that it's the most supportive, encouraging, friendly, and most importantly to me, unpretentious group you'll ever be a part of. That is like the highest compliment you could give, Julie. We are totally unpretentious.
We're definitely, it's community over competition. There's no drama. There's no like, I'm better than you or anything like that. Everybody is so helpful and wanting you to better yourself or want to make you money instead of making, you know what I mean? Like everybody is so loving and so welcoming and so helpful, and nobody's like just trying to make a dollar. We're all trying to make a dollar, but not just to, I don't know how to explain it, but you know what I mean.
We're all trying to get by and we're all trying to be successful, but if I kept all the customers to myself, there's no possible way I would ever be able to make all the door hangers to sell to all the people. So, why not share that, spread it around? Like, if you do well, I do well, and I just think it's like good karma. It all comes back around to us, you
And
know.
if I know that you have a lot of people in your town, I think, Tamara, that do it
Mhm.
because of you, maybe,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I started doing door hanger parties years ago, and I've since quit doing them. And there's 2 or 3 in this area that I think still do them. And so I
Yeah.
usually refer work to them now because I
Right.
don't do them anymore. I'll just.
I have 2 ladies. That one that I mentioned earlier, and then
Mhm.
another one in my town. And I don't think she was quite as friendly as as I was to that girl, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. But anyways, so that to me, like, I was like, I think it's because I'm in this group. You know what I mean? Like, if I wasn't in it, maybe I wouldn't have that mindset of, you know what, I'm helping her, and then maybe if I ever needed help, maybe she would help me because she has a glow forge too, and hers went down and
Mhm.
stuff, and and I've had to send mine back, my glow forge, before I got my laser. I've had to send mine back before for something. So like, I know whenever it's down, and everything, but it's just I love the community and everything. Sorry, I went on like a goose chase there.
I was looking at the comments here. Kara says, I'm new to Painters Clubhouse, but I've been watching Tamara and painting with her for about a year. I'm so happy to have you join us, Kara. And then April is asking, what times do you go live in Painters Clubhouse? So we have started tinkering with the idea of pre-recording a lot of our videos and giving them to you guys at the beginning of the month, just because I know some people can't always hop on live. And then when they finally do get the chance to watch the video after it's been live, they feel like they're behind. And so we have been tinkering with the idea of pre-recording them, giving them to you guys on the first Monday of the month, and then you can watch them whenever you want. Now, I still go live every single Tuesday on my Facebook page, and I stream that into the Clubhouse, so you can still interact as if, with the Painters Clubhouse on there as well. But we do have some of our guests who still prefer to do their tutorials live, and so those are usually on an evening, and they're usually scheduled ahead, so you know when they're going to be. Let's see. What kind of paint do you use? Everybody knows I use Deco Art. What kind of paints do you guys use?
I love Deco Art. It's just the coverage is a lot better. But as you can see, I got like Apple Barrel is 50 cents at Walmart. You can't beat it. And then of course Deco Art, you can get it on sale at Hobby Lobby. I mean, but if y'all don't have this, it's called Hologram. This is our jam. This is the best. It's sparkly, and if you like glitter, whoop whoop.
What's it called?
Hologram.
What's it make? Like, what's the brand though?
It's folk art, but
Folk art.
it's look. I don't know.
She's gonna rub it on her skin to demonstrate.
I don't know if you can see it, but it's hologram, like it's clear, it's white, and then it's clear. Maybe.
Yes.
But anyways, it is so cool.
Now you look like a mermaid.
All of my ladies love to glitter everything. So anywho, but you can get this at Walmart.
Awesome.
It's a little more expensive than the other, but yeah, that's my jam. And then if y'all don't know, Home Depot has these right now for 98 cents. Holy moly, y'all. These are 98 cents. I think they're this one and Marquee. You can go in there and get any, like this is the red. You can get any color, 98 cents. Whoop whoop, 8 ounces. But this one I think's white, just white. But they're bringing out a new line, so get y'all some of that.
Well, we now have another Painters Clubhouse sister joining us. We're going to welcome Miss Dinah Dickinson. I didn't want to add you without like giving you a fair warning that I was putting you on the screen. Welcome, Dinah.
Hi, how are you?
Why don't you introduce yourself?
Well, I'm Dinah, and I'm very new to the group. maybe 3 weeks, 4 weeks or something. So, and I'm a empty nester and kind of just found my way to you guys, and I'm so excited.
Well, do you have a business yet or no?
Yes, I just did a page, and it's Dinah's Door Decor.
Dinah's Door Decor. I'll go find the link for that and drop it in the comments.
And don't judge me though, because I'm brand new, so I'm just.
It's all right. We're gonna get you started with some followers.
Yeah, I was about to say we all started somewhere.
Yep, we all started with the first follower. Yep.
Yeah, and
You'll
then
find out that all these Painters Clubhouse people, I mean, everybody, all the PC sisters, everybody's very supportive. So if you ever go on your page live or something, somebody's always gonna show up. So just mention it, and somebody will show up.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Our electricity just came back on, so I haven't been able to paint or anything
Yay.
all week. So.
Yay.
At least you got your electricity back.
Yeah.
Trisha was asking, are the paints from Home Depot acrylic like Deco Art paints?
It's
I don't think so. They're
it's outdoor
indoor, outdoor, right?
Yeah.
It's latex, right?
All I know is they said it was outdoor paint, like I wouldn't have to seal it, is what the guy told me. But I think
it's latex.
I still seal mine because I get I get flat. Oh, it's up here. Sorry. I get flat. You can get glossy or whatever, but I always spray mine just to protect it. Yeah. And where I live in Georgia, the humidity is so bad. So I spray the front of mine and the back because the moisture like just absorbs in them and you'll get mold. Some of my painters did not seal theirs and they got mold on the back of theirs. And then from that, you just got to throw it away. So I just tell everybody to seal that. But I actually was going to ask, I wonder how these do on ceramic, Tamara.
I don't know. I haven't tried those on. I haven't ever tried those periods. So I don't know.
I don't know, but it's a good deal. And I have these. I'm going to show you something.
Candace is kind of squirrely, but we're used to this.
Yes, squirrel. Okay, these are FIFO bottles. And if you do lots of paint parties like me, these are first in, first out bottles. And they're like ranch at the restaurant, ranch or ketchup or whatever. The first in is the first that's going to come out. You know what I mean? So
the new stuff will always be at the top. The old stuff will always be at the bottom. Right.
So anyways, you do get paint boogers in these, but I think that's with any of the paints because mine rides in my car a lot because I do so many like away from my house. And hot and cold and then dry and stuff. So I get paint boogers all the time. But these things right here are the bomb, especially if you use like paint like this instead of like carrying a million of these. So anyways,
how do you close those up?
Do what?
How do you close those up? I've always wondered about that.
Hang on, I'm gonna make your screen bigger.
It's just that, but you see that right there. Whenever you push it, it kind of like, I don't know what this is. This is like a rubber, and it's got like a cross in there. So whenever you it don't spill out unless something like in your car. If it goes like that, of course it'll spew out, and trust me, it makes a mess. So I always try and like to keep my stuff. I try and like stack them like that, like right next to each other, so nothing's like pushing on it. But anyway, squirrel again. Anywho, that's what I do.
That's a great tip.
I think it's 16 ounces. I think. And then these are 8 ounces, so 2 of these will almost fill this up, and then you have lots of paint, and then you don't have to take so many of these.
I've always gotten tired of carrying all these little bitty ones around, and so I'd always try to find the paint in the bigger bottles if I can, because it's just less little things to carry. Right. And sometimes if these get halfway empty, or like it's hard to see or tell how much is still in them. And so you don't know how much paint you're taking with you sometimes.
This is one of my greens, but it's been in there a while, so I'm gonna have to clean that one out. But anyways, you can see like it.
Mm-hmm.
So you just squeeze it to squirt it out.
Right. You don't have to like barely squeeze it, and it's just so.
Okay.
But yeah, those are so cool. I think Tamara, you got some of those on your affiliate page, right? No?
I probably added them, but I've never actually used them. I just know lots of you guys love them.
Yeah. But I haven't used them in a while, but anyways, I actually started these right here cost more than 4 of these. Did y'all know that? The apple barrel, these are $2.50 and these are 50 cents. These are 2 ounces, these are 8 ounces. So 4 of these is $2.50. 4 of these for the same amount is $2. Don't let Walmart scam you guys. Even though it saves you space. Even though it saves you space and stuff, you get more for your money for the
But what I usually do is I really buy 4 of these and refill my big one. So I buy the big one once and then I refill them with the little one.
That's what I've been doing. It's really
okay.
hard to paint though.
Tamara, I can't hear you.
I've been ordering online and
I can't hear you.
Hoping for the best.
Can you hear me, Candace?
I can't hear y'all good.
Try going out and coming back in, maybe.
Okay, I'll be back.
Okay, she heard that. Okay, Michaela is asking a question. She said, what is the best way to sell what you paint? Do you have like a favorite app or a site? I know a lot of people use Etsy. I always used just Facebook until I started a Shopify. So Maria, I think you use Etsy, don't you?
I have an Etsy shop, and I link from my Facebook page to my Etsy. So there's a shop now button, and it goes directly to my Etsy shop.
Oh.
Okay. Okay, Candace is back, and we also have Marie Mosley. Welcome, Marie.
Hello.
Hey, y'all. Sorry, I couldn't hear.
It's okay. I hear a weird little like choppy sound. Does anybody else hear that?
Yes.
It's like,
yeah, I hear.
Me too. I'm trying to figure that out.
I don't know if it's Candace or Marie. I'm gonna mute Marie and see if it stops, and then I'm gonna mute Candace. Hang on. Okay, somebody say something.
Hey.
Hello.
Can y'all hear it?
I don't hear it. Let me unmute Marie and see if it starts back. Marie, I think it may be yours. Do you have some earbuds or something you might could use? Something with a built-in microphone?
Oh, it's better.
Sorry, what?
I said I'm gonna go find them.
Okay.
I got them. I think they're upstairs.
Okay.
I don't hear the choppiness no more.
Yeah, I don't
Well,
either.
when I muted her for a second there and it went away, so that may be it.
Oh, okay.
Christine just joined Painters Clubhouse. Yay, Christine. Welcome.
Yay. Welcome.
And then somebody was welcoming somebody named Joni. Okay, Joni just joined. Welcome, Joni.
Joni.
Hey, Joni.
Welcome.
It's so exciting to see the new members popping in and saying hello.
Oh, yeah.
I
And
the people we're gonna get tomorrow.
I don't know. I have no idea. I was looking for more questions. I cannot keep up with the comments. They were just going and going and going. So if I missed somebody's comment, feel free to ask it again. Rosie wants to know, do any of the women in here hire out to cut the templates? I think she means blanks.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
There's a few of us, like Tamara, Tamara's got a laser. I got a laser. There's a Roxana, Erica, Lisa. There's like a bag full of us that has lasers and stuff, and I think we all offer it. So, but
Oh, and Robin answered your question. She said those paints work great on ceramics.
Oh, good.
Oh, good. Good. Awesome.
Toy asked, where do we get them? Toy, I'm not sure what you're talking about. Oh, they're talking about the FIFO bottles. FIFO, I don't know how you say that.
Oh, FIFO bottles. First in, first out bottles. You can get them off Amazon.
Yeah, I'm on Amazon.
Yeah, and then they come in like a bag. I think of 6. I think there's 6 in here, and then they just come in the little bags like this. You can get different. You can get different sizes of them. So these are just extras that I had ordered. So yeah.
Somebody just commented and said, I'm loving all of these helpful tips. Thanks for your experience. It's so valuable. This is just a teaspoon of the amount of awesome tips and stuff that you guys would get if you joined Painters Clubhouse. I mean, there's just loads upon loads of helpful, useful information, not just in the Facebook group, but in the tutorials. Sometimes you'll be watching a tutorial and it'll be about something like, I don't know, it'll just be like about maybe a Valentine door hanger. But then somebody will say something in that video that's like a little golden nugget that you didn't know. And you're like, wait a minute. I was expecting to learn to paint a Valentine door hanger. I wasn't expecting to learn that helpful tip. Thank you.
Right.
So,
right.
Yeah.
Ever since I
happens to me
paint,
all the time.
I have like been up late at night looking at all the tutorials and everything, and I've got to start making myself go to sleep now.
Yeah, same here on TikTok. If you type in door hangers of TikTok, door hanger tutorials or anything like that, I can scan literally, guys. Oh my goodness. I get in the bathtub after I put my kids to bed, usually between 8:30 and 9. I'm in there till 11 o'clock. I have to put hot water in my bathtub 3 times. And my husband's like, what are you doing? Because he's a truck driver, so he's never home. So I'm like, I'm on TikTok. I was like, there's the coolest like dances. There's door hangers. There's tumblers. There's everything paint. Awesome. I was like, I want to do all this.
It's a
Squirrel.
right?
Yeah, right. Sorry.
No, I mean, you're squirreling out on TikTok. You're like suddenly going to start painting tumblers and doing all these other things.
You're right.
I'm laughing because Karen asked, what is this? Who are you ladies? How did I get here? You're on Facebook, Karen, and you found us on our Facebook page, Southern Adornments Decor, and we're talking about our membership, the Painters Clubhouse. All these ladies that you see on here are members of the Clubhouse, and we're just kind of talking about our businesses where we paint door hangers, and we're answering your questions. And we just had Marie pop on here. So Marie, when you get a minute, if you want to introduce yourself, I think you're one of the only ones who hadn't introduced yourself yet. Oh, and I will say that I know, Candace, it's getting pretty late where you're at, and probably also Debbie. So if you guys need to leave, we're not going to be offended. But if you want to stay up late and chat, you're welcome to as well.
Okay. And nobody's leaving.
Go, Marie. Go. Tell us about yourself.
I'm Marie Mosley. I'm in Tennessee. This is my daughter, Rebecca.
Hello.
Hello.
I was making her get off the internet. I was afraid it might have been while I was choppy. We had teenager upstairs on a device, her down here on a device. So
Two.
Yeah.
Because I had to move our house.
Oh, 2 devices. All right, go upstairs. I don't know. I missed everybody when they were doing their introduction, so I don't really know what. Do I just like?
Just tell like where you're from, what your business name is, maybe like how you got started painting.
Okay. Well, I started a business this year. It's the Crafty Palette. I've pretty much been an artist all my life. Like I was always the kid in high school and elementary school, walking around with a sketchbook while everybody else was playing. And I've done canvas painting a lot, and I felt limited. There's really not I kind of get intimidated when I look at a square and I'm like, I have to fill all of this empty space. It's kind of like a void. And I'm like, okay, if I could just paint this little shape and not have to deal with the rest of the canvas, maybe I could do that. And I was helping my grandma wrap gifts for an anniversary for one of her sisters. And she's like, I want this really pretty bow. I want this gorgeous bow to put on top of this present. And I said, all right, well, let's Google how to make a bow. And I'm scrolling through these videos and I see this woman in her kitchen with a big old M on her shirt, making this bow, and the camera falls a few times. I'm like, hey, I like this lady.
I was
She's
about to
pretty
say that's
entertaining.
Tamara.
And then I keep watching it, and then she's like, now we're gonna make this little scrappy bow, and then she pulls up this, I can't remember what it was. It was a Halloween door
It was a
hanger
really
or
old
something. I'm
Halloween
like,
door hanger.
that's a shape. Yes, it was. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so amazing. So I just went down the rabbit hole of all of these door hanger videos. I'm like, who is this Tamara woman, and what is she doing, and where has she been all my life? Right. So then I'm like, I found your Facebook page, and it was right when you were doing the lemons, the spring door hanger challenge, I think. And I missed the challenge, and then you're talking about this Clubhouse, and I'm like, what is this? And I've watched your lives, and I watched you talk about it, and I'm like, I've got to do this. I never do anything for myself. I'm a stay at home, work from home mom. My real job, because now this is a real job too, is a CPR instructor, and it's fun. I love it, but I felt like I lost the art part of me.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I'm just going to jump in on this, see what it's all about. It sounds fun. If I don't like it, I'll quit. I didn't quit. I am 100% full force.
You drank the Kool-Aid.
Devoted myself and my time. I did. Like, I just spent all last night and all of today setting up my closet for storage space for all of the stuff that I've gotten so I can cut door hangers and paint them. And now I'm going live on Facebook. I am a wallflower. Here's my little bubble. I like my bubble. I can interact with people a little while, and I want to be back in my bubble. Well, now all of these ladies in this Clubhouse, they're like, you're so talented. That's so cool how you did that. You need to go live. You need to share. You need to be out there. So now I'm doing lives, and it's totally changed my life. And my husband has seen a huge difference in, like, my depression is gone. I'm just happier.
That's amazing.
That's me too.
I feel like I've been, I don't know, reborn, I guess. I don't know how to describe it, but and then I got all these friends like Maria. We talk all the time, and she actually bullied me into going live the other night. And then I was talking to Erica on one of her pages, and she was like, I heard you were going live. I was like, well, I mean, I guess. And now I don't even question it.
Oh gosh, I have
Marie, do you want to tell them? Do you want to tell them what
Tell
we
them
have
what?
in store for March? For March?
What do you have in store for March?
So we're gonna be, we haven't told anybody yet, but 4 of us, which is Marie, myself, and Erica Wallace, and Megan. What is Megan's last name?
Lewis.
Lewis, yes.
Lewis.
And we're gonna be going live, and we're gonna be painting the same door hanger, 4 different takes on the same exact design. And we've had it planned out for a couple of weeks already. We just hadn't told anybody because, but it's in March.
But
so.
now you're going to be held accountable. Like, we're all going to be like, where are you if you don't do it?
Yeah, so we already have it all figured out and everything. So we just hadn't told anybody. So, but yeah.
It's funny though. My husband says we're going to have to start calling Erica America. That way we're all M's.
Yeah, America. Hey, that's a good one.
Dinah,
America,
were you going to say you
Maria,
haven't?
and Megan.
Were you saying you hadn't done Facebook Live yet?
Mm-mm.
Ooh.
We have to bully you.
It's a good kind of peer pressure. Oh,
My
guys,
very
we got
first live was on the Southern Adornments page.
With
go
what?
big or
Go
go home,
watch
right?
that. Do what?
I said go big or go home.
I figured if I could
We've
do
got
that,
some
I
new
can do anything.
we got some new Painters Clubhouse sisters. Christine has joined. Welcome, Christine.
Hey,
Kim Vickery has joined.
welcome, Kim.
Christy Hargett.
Yay.
Michelle I don't know how, I don't want to butcher your last name. Wallison, maybe? Ellie Jimenez. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Let's see. I saw a few more. I've got to scroll down.
Ellie.
Lauren Sanders. Welcome, Lauren.
Yay.
Teresa Fulcomer. Hang on. I thought there was one more. Hold on. Eva Bard. Welcome.
Yay.
Oh. So awesome. I love seeing everybody pop on here. Amby says, welcome to all the newbies. Hey, Amby. Okay. Does anybody have any more questions for these ladies?
Tamara, check it out.
Oh, that is one of the old ones that I taught this one like
This
forever
is
ago.
This is my first store hanger.
How cute.
Really?
Yeah, that was the very first. I think that was, what did you call it?
Box of chocolates?
Yeah.
No. It was like now we call it the spring challenge or whatever, but
yeah. I just said it was going to be like a free virtual paint party, I think.
Or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like we got like this one literally was cut out maybe with a jigsaw.
Yeah.
Maybe with the scroll saw. I can't remember. But me and my husband did, and then I drew it and was able to draw like each of the, things on there before we had like the laser and stuff. But cool.
Well, do you remember back in the day when I first started creating templates, I did not realize that graphite paper was a thing.
Right.
And so all of the little pieces on the inside, I'm like, how are they going to draw those on the inside?
Yeah.
And so I would put them on the outside and expect you to cut them out and trace them.
Yep. And I traced around each one. Yep. And then I would do a circle and I traced it out. Yep, I did.
I can't remember.
I'm so glad my bow game has evolved, but
it has. I can't remember how I finally learned what graphite paper and carbon paper was, but it was life-changing for me. Okay, Kimberly wants to know, what's the difference between joining the Painters Clubhouse and just buying templates? So the main difference is you're buying templates. You're not really learning anything. You're not getting support. You don't have a plan moving forward that anybody is helping you with. So does anybody else want to expand upon that?
Well, I can say, like, if you get into a spot where you're trying to do something and you can't figure it out, then you're able to post on there and say, this is what I have, but what will look better? Or, what do you think? And people will give you like, if you do it this way, it'll look a lot better, or, and that's what has helped me a ton. Just getting feedback. And it's like a minute and somebody's already telling you. You don't have to wait long at all.
I'm pretty sure some of those ladies just sleep with the Facebook app open right next to them and with the Clubhouse pulled up and refresh every 5 minutes. So,
right.
Yeah, you just have that kind of support for, if you just buy the templates, like you're not gonna really be able to expand on it. I mean, you can. You obviously you have your own creativity that you can use, but you can always get ideas from different people, because not everybody paints the same template exactly the same. The one template that you buy, everybody's gonna have their own take on it. So everybody's very sharing, and they love to just put their stuff out there, and so others can see. And then sometimes you're kind of stuck on a design and you're like, I really don't know how to paint this. Can somebody show me what they've done? So 10
Right.
people will go on there and post however they've painted
Right.
theirs. And so you get your own ideas from everyone else. And it's just kind of just the community, you have that backup.
Yeah.
Where if you just buy the template, I mean, you obviously have the template, but you also have the community with the Painters Clubhouse that goes behind all of that, and you can learn and you can watch videos and you can watch how everyone else does their kind of painting techniques and everything, and it's just extra. Like, you just learn so much more than what you would on your own.
But another thing with Painters Clubhouse, let's just say you want to know about paintbrushes or the kind of spray that we seal them with or whatever. You can go in the Painters Clubhouse. You can go to the little search thing and you can put sealer, and like all of the stuff that we have said, all about sealer comes up, right? What is it called? Searchy, or I don't know.
Searchy.
Searchy.
It's a it's a
Yeah.
tool inside the
And
Painters
then-
Clubhouse that
or
you can use to
or
search.
paintbrushes or whatever, and then people will show like their favorite kind of angled paintbrush, or or whatever, or their favorite paint, or their favorite gloss, or their favorite ceramic glaze, or whatever. So like it's like if you just bought the templates, you wouldn't have that. So like even if you don't ask a question on there, it's you can just search it and then it's already answered for you.
Mm-hmm. Ambi just said templates are like having the ingredients without having the directions or the utensils.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Welcome, Sherry. She said, I just joined yesterday. Awesome. And then we had some other people comment earlier that they had just joined. I put their comments up here on the screen. Welcome, ladies. Lindsay was one of them. And then someone else asked a question. What was it? She said, would it help me get started doing virtual parties from home and have customers pick up stuff prior? I think Debbie would be a good person to answer this because you're doing virtual parties, right?
Yes. What was the question again? I'm sorry.
She said, would it help her getting started doing virtual parties?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, because you showed us how to use StreamYard, which is amazing. And it was a riot even learning it for me. I'm very internet savvy, but the newer stuff is driving me totally crazy. So it took me a while to get used to StreamYard and inviting people, but I finally did a virtual party with the StreamYard, and it was fantastic. I loved it. They could see me and they could see what we was painting. It teaches everything, and I meet them usually at Dunkin' Donuts because I live such in the boonies that nobody wants to drive on my road. So I meet them somewhere to give them their door hangers if they buy a door hanger from me.
Right.
But, yeah.
My virtual painters, I mail mine to them, so I make sure that that they get theirs before I go live.
I'm cracking up. Margaret, you are a hoot. Are you the same Margaret that was on here the other night making funny comments? She said Debbie couldn't hear without her glasses on. I read the question. Debbie put her glasses on. Go say that again. Oh, my stomach hurting. I'm laughing so hard. Yes, Ashley, StreamYard was taught in Paint to Profit. So Paint to Profit, for those of you who are wondering, is an extension of the Painters Clubhouse. So once you reach stage 4 in the Painters Clubhouse, you have the opportunity, you could do it at any time, but we especially encourage it once you get to stage 4 to go ahead and add on Paint to Profit. And we start teaching you business in there. And so we talked about StreamYard and how to do a video just like we're doing right now. And so that's one of the things we taught in there.
I joined it all at one time.
You just both feet all the way in.
All the way in.
And then Kelly says, I just joined this week. My family is like, why do you keep walking around with your headphones on watching videos all the time? That's every one of us.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
that's
I
right.
went to Hobby Lobby today while Erica was live, so I'm like watching Erica walking around Hobby Lobby. But actually, my sister has to have knee surgery, so I'm pushing her around in a wheelchair saying, here, Tammy, hold this and hold it up so I can see Erica.
I've been shopping before with my phone, and my husband's like, "Can you please turn that down?" Because he's embarrassed that people are just like, "What is he watching?" Because I'm like a little kid with my phone, and it's on live, and I'm shopping, and so my phone's going, and people are just like, so my husband's like, "Can
What
you
about-
turn it down?" And I'm like,
What about
It's part of
sneaking
the
around?
conversation
the
though. I was
Hobby Lobby
standing
trying
in the
to do a
paint
live?
aisle, and this lady's like, "What are you watching?" I was like, "Oh, here, this is my friend painting," and she's like, "That's so cool. How can I watch that?"
Yeah,
So
I've walked around Hobby Lobby, and I'll try and go where nobody's at and be like, "Hey y'all, look what I found," or whatever, like trying to show y'all the paints or something. And then everybody's looking at you because you're talking to yourself on the phone and stuff. It's funny.
They don't understand. There's a whole world that lives inside of our phone that we connect to.
Right.
Yeah, it's like you always have your friends with you, It's for real. Like
All
you
the
always
time.
have somebody.
Yeah.
And somebody's always live, somebody's
always on.
Mhm.
So we always have somebody to be there, to listen to us whenever we're stuck on something or we just want to share something or whatever. So we always have each other.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah. All the time.
Does anybody have any more questions about Painters Clubhouse? I was trying to see if I missed any over in the comments. Somebody asked what's best to use, a scroll saw or a skill. I guess she means like a jigsaw. I think it just depends on your preference.
Right. Yeah. I have personally never used
and what you're cutting.
Yep, that too.
Yeah.
I've never used it. Or I bought a jigsaw, but then my husband surprised me with a scroll saw, and so that we used to cut like this right here is MDF, and I now use birch because my laser cuts birch really well. But the scroll saw cut MDF like butter. Like it was, it literally cut it like butter, and I loved doing that. Now that I got my laser, I love the birch. It's so smooth and just like the MDF, but it's not as heavy. It's extremely light.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really depends on what you're cutting, on what tool you're gonna use, and just your preference. My issue with the jigsaw was that my hands would vibrate a lot and they would hurt at the end of the day because I was a hairstylist also, so I use my hands for every single thing. So really I was having trouble with my hands. So that's the reason that I switched to a scroll saw, because I felt like moving my piece of wood around was a whole lot easier than having to, move the jigsaw around. That was why I preferred to use the scroll saw.
Right.
And the more dull your
the jigsaw,
I was gonna say when your blade gets dull, you're yeah.
You move it
when
around,
the blade gets
and
dull,
then
you're
the
working
scroll
hard.
saw, you move the wood around like this, and then the
I
jigsaw,
just
you
thought
move your hand.
it was easier to maneuver for me, to move the piece of wood instead of moving the saw, But I mean, I do use my jigsaw as well, so I use both all the time. Just it's just at different occasions, that I use it. I don't use it for my really intricate cuts. I use it more to I draw out my templates on my on the big piece of wood, and then I use my jigsaw to cut them all out, in smaller pieces, and then I'll use my scroll saw to go in and do all my intricate cuts.
Yeah, that's what we did.
So it's just
we did the same.
And then it depends on your arm size on your scroll saw too. If you're cutting something bigger than where you can push your
Right.
scroll saw. You have to use the jigsaw to get that part.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's easier to cut inner pieces with a jigsaw than it is a scroll saw
True. Yeah.
because you have to unthread your scroll saw and put it on and then thread the blade back through,
Right.
cut it out, and then undo it to remove your piece.
Right.
Pamela asks, aside from the Glowforge, is there another laser cutter you recommend? I think, Candace, are you
have
the only
the
one who
rabbit.
has one?
I have a rabbit, 9060.
I've got a OM Tech, 80 watt coming like within a week or two. And
Oh, awesome.
yeah, now
You'll
I
have
didn't
to let us
order
know
from
how
the
that does.
overseas. I ordered from the United States.
Right.
So it has a warranty because if you go on like eBay and places like that,
Right.
it's all written in Chinese and you don't have a warranty. So you want to go
Right.
through somebody that'll give you a
Right.
warranty for it.
Yeah.
You'll have to let us know how that goes.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I just
how
redid
that-
my basement and I have a nice clean area right here for a laser cutter.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, are you ready, Marie?
Do you go over how to make bows?
I haven't ordered one, but it's on I'm saving. So I'm like 1/3 of the way there. And that's
Woohoo.
just
yeah.
from selling
You'll be
board
there
Save
for
up.
long.
I paid cash for my Glowforge. I worked and saved all the money from my paint parties for my Glowforge, and then I worked and paid for my rabbit laser in cash also. So I don't have like any bills. Like I was saving.
So that's what I'm wanting to do.
Pumping those parties out and like saving my money.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Christine wants to know if we go over how to make bows in the Painters Clubhouse.
Tamara covered that.
I think
I'm definitely, it's not my favorite topic,
But
so
you
I
can-
don't teach a lot of different ways.
if I had to do a Facebook Live,
The scrappy bow's
I
cute though.
a bow
Yeah.
would be my thing because I can do bows.
I've
lots.
actually done a Facebook Live on my page on making bows as well. But I mean, you do have videos on there at the Painters
Yeah.
Clubhouse.
Mhm.
So where everybody makes bows differently, but yeah, we do go over that.
Yep. Well, Donna, this is your formal invitation. If you want to do your first Facebook Live in the Painters Clubhouse, teaching one of your fabulous bows, we'll be your guinea pigs. How about that?
Okay.
Yes,
Give me
do
a couple
it.
of days.
Hey,
So
I
can
have
think
an
about
easy
it
bow
and then get
maker.
ready.
Yeah, I have an easy bow maker, and that thing, like, all it is this thing with these two
Yeah, I have
things
that
and
too.
a measure thing, and
And then
you
a
get
bow
the
dabra
perfect bow.
and some
You get
people
the
can just
perfect
do it
bow.
with their fingers and it's easy,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
some people like other. And I've seen people using just regular clothespins to hold it while
Right.
they're doing.
Right,
So
but
I
I
mean,
get
if
the
you don't have to
perfect
have
bow.
anything, you know, you could actually have your kid sit and hold it while you're doing the other. So
I
There you
use
go,
2
Dinah.
Posca pins, a hair tie, and a binder clip
Oh,
to make my little
Wait,
wedge. I had
You got
my Posca-
MacGyver
I
in
had
you.
my Posca-
yep.
I did. I took my Posca pins and used a hair tie to hold them together so they'd be tight. And I got the big, like inch wide binder clip and clipped my Posca pins into it so it would sit on my table.
Oh, that's cool.
She's innovative.
I've always just used my fingers.
So
Yeah.
Me too.
I use my fingers. I used to be
I
a
was making a
florist.
really big bow and I was like, I can't sit here and keep holding it. Like I used to use my toes, and then I was like, I think people might be weirded out if they ever found out that this was between my toes.
Please don't use your toes.
Oh my goodness.
That's funny.
They were clean, I promise.
There was a question somewhere. I can't find it anymore, but there was a question earlier. Somebody asked, so what would you recommend to paint for a beginner? So I kind of wanted to show them real quick what I painted this past week. So every night this past week, I painted live on my Facebook page. And so we started with this shape right here, and we painted it 4 different ways. So this is an example of how you could take something that is painted. Maybe it was taught like this, but you could paint it like this, however you need to do to make it as simple as you want to make it. Some of our designs in the Painters Clubhouse are more intricate than others, but if there's ever one that seems like super intimidating, just leave a few of the details off. It's not going to ruin the design if you don't do it as intricate as we did it. And here's a couple more. So there's just all different ways you could paint the same design.
Right.
But I would definitely recommend just starting with something that you feel is doable. It doesn't have to be any particular design.
I'm torn between Knot 2 and Knot 4 as my favorites.
Yeah. Knot number 4 is my favorite for sure. Like all of the
I love number 4.
The antiquing on it won me over.
They're really wanting me to get a laser cutter. That's like calling my name.
Where do
Yes,
you
I know,
live,
me too.
Maria? Where do you live, Maria?
I live in Pleasanton, Texas, about 30 minutes south of San Antonio.
About south of what?
San Antonio, Texas.
Oh, okay. Because I live in Palmer, Texas, and I was like, when I get mine in, you can come see me. We can figure it out together.
I don't know where that is. The east
road trip.
It's south of Dallas.
Oh, okay, you're north then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm South Texas. Texas is huge.
Yeah.
Ambi wants to know if she can go follow all of your pages.
Of course. That's what we're for.
Course.
Please.
Yes.
I did put links to all of them in the comments. So if you want to scroll through the comments after this is over, you'll be able to find where I linked everybody's pages. I think the only one that wasn't a page was Debbie's. Hers is a group, right? Okay.
Yes.
And then Ambi also asked, what designs do you recommend for newbies to first cut, paint, or sell as a template? What do you guys feel like is easy to cut?
The gnome, a gnome kind of.
Right. That
anything
was,
like that doesn't have like a lot of curves and a lot of like.
Maybe the truck. Maybe a truck.
I always felt like the mason jar, just a basic mason jar was the easiest thing to cut.
Yeah,
for sure.
A circle is a definite no.
Yeah.
I thought that was going to be so easy, and mine ended up looking like a flat tire.
Yeah.
I was about to say that. You have to be quite experienced to do a circle.
Which is funny because the last or 2 of the challenges I did this past year were on a circle, but my thoughts were you can find a circle blank cut out just about anywhere if you wanted to just go buy one.
Right.
So
I went and bought one. When I ended up doing the lemon after I joined.
Yeah, hit me up. I'll cut you one, Maria.
Somebody says, how do you choose the paint colors? That part intimidates me a little bit. Whoops.
Just get
Any
what
advice?
you like. Just get what you like. And like, let's just say this is one of my favorite colors. And then if you add a little bit of white to it, if it's a little too dark, you know what I mean? So you don't have to have this color and this color. You see they're alike, but if you just add this, you know what I mean? Like this to this, you would probably get this color, you know, or whatever.
Yeah.
So like you can always make your colors. You don't have to have 900 different colors, even though I do. Oh my goodness. I have so many colors, but like I said, like you can start with this and end up with this, you know, if you just put the right amount of white or, you know, stuff like that. And so you don't have to, but I like to get what I like. And most of the time, they'll use whatever you got there. They won't be like, well, you don't have the right color brown or you don't have the right color green. They'll just use what you got. So
I used the popsicle trick.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I got popsicle sticks and I wrote all of
I
my
do that
paint
too.
colors there. And so every single one, and I put like the brand and the color of of the paint. And so when I'm gonna go and design a template or something that I want to paint, I try to pick my colors like this first, because I see exactly what color they are, and then I go from there. So so I just pick from all my random colors that I have, and
That's a good
that's
idea.
how I pick
That's a good
how I
idea.
pick my color
Yeah.
palette.
We actually had a guest in the Painters Clubhouse last year come in and talk to us about color palettes and how to choose them. And so she demonstrated using popsicle sticks just like that. And she laid them out and she showed, I think she laid out like a rainbow design, like a traditional rainbow. And then she said, okay, let's say you wanted to do a rainbow design, but you didn't want to use traditional rainbow colors. Let's swap out the red for like maybe a dark pink, swap out this bright orange for like a softer orange. And so she showed how to like just barely change up the colors and still make them work together. And it was really a helpful tutorial. I learned so much from it.
That's cool.
Do they have circles
You
at
can look
hardware?
up color inspirations too.
Yeah, I think they sell hardware circles at hardware stores, Laura. Laura was asking.
I have a ton of circles cut out.
Yeah, I saw some at Home Depot all the time, the circles.
I think they're like that thick, aren't they? Aren't they like a half an inch?
Yeah, they're pretty thick.
Yeah. I never had trouble. Like, I think it's funny that Marie said that she had trouble cutting out circles. I never had trouble cutting out circles in the beginning, because if I had a spot that made it look like a flat tire, that's where the bow was going.
Right.
I made sure to paint the door hanger so that spot would be covered by my bow.
Right.
I figured out a trick on circles too, so I don't know if y'all want to hear it, but
yeah, share.
Yeah, so I have a sander that's like one of those, I don't even know what it's called, but it's one of those belt sanders, I guess.
Yeah.
I bought it at Harbor Freight. It wasn't expensive, but so it sits on my table and it kind of has like a belt that goes around. So the sanding part is the part that moves. So what I do with my circle, I mean, I don't do it with all of them, but when it's like a kind of a wonky circle that I have, I grab my circle and I put it down on, here's my sander right here, which is going to be flat. And so you're going to kind of turn it like a steering wheel a little bit. So it's going to be sanding on that. So basically what it's doing is just kind of sanding the circular, like going around the circle, and it's going to make your circle perfect.
Right.
And you can also do that with a regular sander. If you just hold it real steady and you just go around with your circle, go around, and with your sander, you're sanding it, and you just turn it real steady and don't try not to stay on one spot too long. Right. It'll make you a perfect circle every single time. So
good tip. Mary Chafin says, do you get access to all the past videos in Painters Clubhouse and the templates? So yes, we have almost 3 full years worth of tutorials. That is 2 door hangers every month for 3 years, to include a template with every single one of those, plus all of the technique videos and things that we have in there as well. Are you leaving, Debbie?
Well, I think
she waved by and then she hit the button.
I think the lettering is still, I mean, I cannot get over the lettering, and I watch all of them and I learned something each time, but I get so frustrated with myself trying to write.
Yeah. Ditto.
Yeah. I just wish that there was, Tamara could come like do visits and
right.
Yeah. That's just one of those things that's hard to give you just one tip that like will fix that, because it's really one of those things you just have to keep working at and keep practicing. And
with you getting a laser soon, you can sketch on it. So I'm gonna go off on a squirrel again, but this right here, This was, I don't know whose this was. Tamara, is this your design or what? That
Yes.
Okay. It says welcome, and if you look up close, like it's there, and whenever you paint over it, you can still see it because even though it's not indented in there, you can still see it on the thing. So when you get, if you don't have one of these, get one. This is a
I have
Posca
a
pen.
ton of them.
Yeah, me too. And just do it, and it looks like that's your writing saying "Welcome to our home." It looks like you're writing or whatever, but it's really you're just tracing it. So, so even though, so that's kind of like I call it a sketch, but yeah, that's how I cheat with it. Or you can whenever you get this is inappropriate, but this says naked. Um, one of my things it said get naked. But you can cut out your you can actually cut out the 3D things, and then you don't have to. You can just paint it and then put it on there like that. So, and then you don't even have to write it. So,
And then you can charge more for it because it looks more expensive with 3D lettering.
Right. I charge $5 extra for 3D. So my $30 becomes a $35.
That's why I joined the template club, so I
Right.
can use the graphite paper and all that
Right.
until I get my
Oh, yeah.
laser. But I love everything now. I don't even look on Etsy or anything. Now I'm just like,
yeah.
oh, what has she got in there? I know she's got a ton of stuff.
And then a
It
lot of
saves
the-
time, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because you
It
don't have to
does.
go searching for ideas anymore. You just got a treasure trove right there.
Yeah.
Yep. And then
And it's somebody you trust too, because
oh yeah. And
you
then
know.
on top of all the template club, you have there's girls in here that's so like talented with Procreate and everything. Like they make their own, and so like you can go off the girls and go to their Etsy's or whatever, and then you got even more, and then you're supporting some of your Painters Clubhouse sisters and everything, and let them see. I have made a few templates, but I love to support Tamara, Erica, Roxana, all those ladies who they make awesome things, and it just makes my job even easier.
Yeah,
I don't have to.
I don't want to
Yeah.
like.
And then, like I said, it's a write-off, so I don't think twice about buying my templates. And then with Template Club, you get what, 20 a month, 25. So, yeah.
I'm gonna have to join the template club because now my sister-in-law, like, she stalks the Southern Adornments page every time Tamara releases her Fab Five and goes over templates, and she's like, "I want you to make me this one and this one and this one."
Yeah.
Like, she loved the leopard print one and the zebra that just came out. She's like, "I need these." I'm
Yeah.
like, okay.
Yeah.
See, when you charge your sister-in-law for those templates, for those door hangers, then you go join your template club, and it's paid for already.
Right.
Right.
So next time she asks something, it's already, you're gonna charge her, and she's gonna be paying your template club every month.
Yep. And then
Yeah.
that many more templates.
Midge
And then
wants
I
to
can
know where to get
join
that.
Maria's Door Hanger of the Month club.
Where do you get the pen for the letters? You can get them. I think Joanne's has them. Yeah.
The Posca pens. Yeah.
Joanne's
Yeah,
has them.
Joanne's
I
and
think.
Michael's,
Buy
you
one,
can
get
buy
one
them
free.
individually.
I get mine off of Amazon.
I get mine off Amazon.
Got mine on Amazon.
Tamara, in your like little
Amazon.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I think
If you don't want to
Joanne's
buy
or
like the
something.
huge pack, they're expensive just for one on Amazon.
Right.
And you can buy them individually at Michael's and Joanne's.
Yep. I thought Joanne's was having a sale this weekend or something. I thought I read somebody said on Painters Clubhouse or somebody somewhere else. I thought they said that it was buy one get one free. Maybe, I don't know.
For the Posca pens?
Yeah.
I need to go check that out.
I'm gonna have to look again, but one of my paint. I'm in a lot of paint groups, so I think somebody said, or maybe it's 2 for a certain price or whatever. I'll have to look back on that because I need some more. I use mine like every day.
Yeah, I can't remember what tutorial it was, Tamara, that you had using the Posca pens for like outlining the. I can't remember what it was, but it makes such a difference now that I have to like do the black on the
Right.
out. Yeah.
Right.
It feels funny to skip that part, doesn't it?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna tell you.
And they make a brush
Diane,
pen too if you want that brushed look.
Ooh.
It's like
I like to use my Posca pens when I'm. You know how you were saying that you have problems with the writing on on the templates and everything. I like to use my Posca pens not to fill in. Like sometimes some of the fonts are kind of a little bit thicker, so I usually love to just paint mine in. But I do use the Posca pen to outline it because for some reason that kind of keeps my paint where it needs to be. And it helps me. It helps me be a little steadier. So I don't know if it's just because I mentally, like I know I have to stay inside that line, or if it's just something with the actual ink on that pen. I don't know what it is, but it helps me be a little bit steadier and stay in my lines where I'm supposed to go. So it makes it a lot smoother than just painting it in.
That's a good idea.
So try it. It might help you.
Yeah. I need all the help
Do
I
y'all
can get.
Do y'all use?
do y'all use paint pens at your parties?
I haven't.
Most definitely.
Marie, what were you saying?
It calms their anxiety.
I was gonna say, I
'Cause I'm
haven't
like,
used
guys,
them.
You don't have
They're
to
expensive, and it breaks my heart to see other people touch them.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
this right here. I'm
I
like,
don't
you
want
don't
them messed up.
You don't have to be perfect. I was like, because at the end we're gonna outline it and it's gonna clean it up. And they're like, oh no, I messed up. I'm like, girl, like calm down. I was like, we're gonna clean it up. And then I cleaned up I did an XO one for Valentine's Day, and she's like, oh my goodness. She's like, it looks so good. She tipped me $10. 2 of my painters that night gave me $10 extra. So that was $20 extra because I fixed their door hanger by just outlining it with a Posca pen. If you don't have a Posca pen, go to Walmart. They have those, what are they called? Painters. The painters. I used those for two and a half years before I discovered Posca. Yeah, those. Like what Maria's got.
So Marie, maybe you could like hang on to them till the very end of the party and be like, okay, guys, since you guys have been such an amazing crowd, I'm going to trust you with my very special magic pen.
Right.
And I'm going to, before you even open the cap on it, I got to give you some tips for this. Do not pump it, or it's going to come gushing out and ruin your thing. You know what I mean? Treat them like they're preschoolers and you're giving them a very special pen.
Because that's the first thing they're going to do is do this on their thing. And I'm like, no, don't do that.
Wow.
Ashley got tipped $40.
$40. Holy snap. I thought $10 was a lot by 2 people.
Somebody wanted to know if the door hanger challenges are a part of the clubhouse. So it's something we do outside the clubhouse, but all of our clubhouse sisters are invited to participate in the challenges for free. So we encourage them to participate because then it gives the atmosphere inside the challenges like you would have inside the Painters Clubhouse. We want people in the challenges to see how awesome it feels inside the clubhouse. So we always invite them to come over and join us. We do a challenge every month, but it's not the traditional door hanger challenge that you guys think of. It's usually something like we challenge you to use antiquing glaze on a door hanger this month and share a picture with us or something like that.
Right.
Does anybody have anything else they want to ask or share? I think we're approaching 10 p.m. Let's see. So to be clear, no shaking the pins, Denise says.
Yeah. You can shake it
Yeah.
with the cap on.
With the lid on.
Right.
Yeah.
And
You gotta
Sure.
shake it.
can pump
You gotta
it,
shake the
but pump
dickens
it
out of it
off.
because sometimes the paint separates.
Yeah. Pump it off on the if y'all can see like my my workspace, you can see all my dots where I pump. I'm like, it's okay. Pump over here, not on your door hanger.
Hey, Marie, did you say you had tried the brush pens?
Yes, I love my brush pens.
Yep, I love them.
The only
too.
thing is when I actually did a lot for the first time, my brush pen didn't want to work. But
Oh, no.
here's the little Posca brush
I've never
pen.
seen them.
Hang on, I'm going to
And
make your screen bigger so everybody can see.
the difference with this is, of course, it's just like a brush.
I'm going to have to order some.
So you can, well, that's my old one. It dried out. Here's my new one.
But you can't pump
It's
them?
just like a brush.
Oh.
You pump them from the end.
Oh.
It's got this little protective cap on the end.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like an
Cool.
EpiPen. You take the cap off and you activate it. And then it's
Yeah.
just like a brush. So you can see
I've got to
that
order those.
it
Yeah.
fans out. It has
want one too.
bristles.
Those are
I
cool.
want a couple of them.
So
I
you
don't
can
That's so
get fat
cool.
lines, skinny
I don't have a
lines.
Posca one. I have it from somebody else. Yeah.
I'll have to test one of those out.
What's the difference?
But I only have the black one because I
in
use
a
it for
regular Posca
outlining.
pen?
Well, I think those have like a stroke, you know, like a brush. You have like the stroke, and then these you don't really have like it's a straight line. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and then those have like that they have give to them. You know what I mean? Like give like a brush. So it's like actually like a stroke.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
has
the one that
bristles.
was
If you look at it, it's like a bunch of teeny tiny little hairs.
Yeah.
And it's like a preloaded brush all the time.
So cool.
That's really cool.
Yay,
Sandy said, you guys convinced me. I just joined. Welcome,
Yay.
Sandy.
Yay.
And Tina wants to know how many classes we have each month. So we teach 2 door hanger tutorials every single month. We give you a printable template to go with that. And then we sprinkle in other bonuses throughout the month, like a technique video, or maybe something about hand lettering or bow making, or sometimes it's something fun like ceramic painting. You just never know. We try to sprinkle in a few bonus things that we think you guys will enjoy.
But the Painters Clubhouse, like me or y'all or Erica or Roxana or, you know, Tamara, even besides what's actually like on the schedule, like if we find something cool that we're doing, like we'll share it to Painters Clubhouse and be like, oh, look what I'm doing today, you know, and then they're like, oh, cool, where'd you get that? And then, you know, like little nuggets. So then you just get extra stuff all month long.
That's like
And we have
Midge.
Zoom paint
Do what?
Say what, Maria?
And we have like Zoom paint parties too, where you can
Yeah.
just join us to paint with us
And
just
chat.
talk and talk.
So that's kind of like what we're doing here tonight, only we haven't been painting. Normally in a Zoom paint party, everybody's like painting or they're just sitting here chatting. I mean, it's just kind of up to each individual person. If you've got orders to fulfill, you might as well chat with us while you fulfill your orders. But Midge commented earlier, she said, I've had a notebook out this entire time taking notes. You guys are dropping all kinds of awesome tips and tricks. And so you can find tips and tricks like this all over the place inside the Painters Clubhouse. It's just never ending. And then Kim says, how do you get in the library after you join? So Kim, after you join, you should get an email. It may go to your spam or junk folder, so check there first. You'll log in, and then you'll be in the Painters Clubhouse website. There'll be a link to the Facebook page, and then there's different categories and things. You can just go start browsing. There's hundreds of videos in there, hundreds. And then how many of you do you guys use the Kajabi app when you access Painters Clubhouse?
I do.
It might make it easier for those of you using a mobile device.
Yeah.
Okay, looks like everybody's saying that they enjoyed this tonight. So thank y'all for hopping on here with me. This was really fun. So let's just continue the fun in the next Zoom paint party. Y'all feel free to hop on and chat with each other, and welcome all of our new members. We are going to be having an official opening ceremony, not tomorrow, but next Sunday. We're going to try to give all these new members time to find the Facebook group. So I'll be going live inside the Painters Clubhouse next Sunday to welcome everybody. So thank you guys for hopping on here. If you want to go check out any of these ladies' Facebook pages, go check out the links in the comments. We put them in there earlier. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye, y'all. Love
Bye.
y'all.
Bye.